Hello everyone, this is Ms. Vasquez, and today I will provide you with information about what your child will learn in first grade. Welcome your first grade team. Mrs. Vasquez, your narrator, Mrs. Turner, Miss Coit, Mrs. Deering, Miss St. Clair, and Mrs. Cunningham. In reading, students work with a variety of complex texts representing all genres. Half of the texts are informational texts. Students learn key ideas and details, craft and structure, integration of knowledge and ideas, and text complexity. Social studies and science are integrated into reading. When we work on foundational skills, we work on print awareness, phonological awareness, phonics, word skills, vocabulary, fluency, and our sight words. Sight words. In addition to the 126 kindergarten sight words, students will be expected to know the first grade sight words by the end of the year. Star Early Literacy has 125 high-frequency words. If your child does not know these sight words, please work on them with your child every night. During our writing time, children should be able to communicate through drawing, dictating, and writing. Text types are opinion writing, expository writing, and narrative writing. Students will use grammar with rules that include upper and lowercase letters, punctuation, and spacing between words. Use correct spelling when writing words that have been taught. Demonstrate vocabulary knowledge. Use of nouns, verbs, and adjectives, sort words, real-life connections, shades of meaning, and affixes. They will also use phrases from conversation or reading when responding to text. Students will work on their speaking and listening skills by participation in conversation, confirming understanding of text read-alouds, ask and answer questions in order to seek help, describe familiar people, places, things, and events, speaking audibly, and express thoughts, feelings, and ideas clearly. LLI, Leveled Literacy Intervention. Fontes and Pinnell analyzed in great detail the text characteristics of fiction and nonfiction books at every level to understand the demands of each level on the developing reader. This resource is used in first grade for small group instruction. Here are some tips and suggestions of how you can help your child in reading. Continue reading with and to your child, or have your child read to you for 20 minutes each night. Discuss with children before reading who the author and illustrator are and what they do and what the title is, referring to the parts of a book. Ask questions for listening and reading comprehension like, who was the main character? What happened in the story? Where did the story take place? When did the story happen? At what time of the day? Why do you think the author wrote the story? Answering to entertain, to persuade, or to inform. How was the problem solved, and how does this story relate to your life? Accelerated reader. The accelerated reading program encourages students to read on their own at their own pace. Accelerated reading's philosophy is that any student will enjoy reading more when they can select their own books. The arbookfinder.com website, here you can search for book titles based on authors, topics, or titles of books. Just type what you want to search for in the blank field above and click search. If that specific book is in their database, you will then be able to find the level of the book and quiz number. In mathematics, students will know number names and count sequence, counting to 100 by ones, twos, fives, and tens, recognition of numbers up to at least 120, adding and subtracting, matching numbers to amount and word name 20 and above, add and subtract 1 and 2-digit numbers from 0 to 120, count on and count back. Comparing numbers, they will identify numbers that are greater than, less than, or equal to. Compare two numerals between 0 and 120, interpreting data, read a chart or graph, and identify the data used in a problem. In math, they will also understand place value with numbers 0 to 120, identify ones, tens, and hundreds place value, describe and compare measurable attributes, describing using length and or weight, measure liquids, cups, pints, quarts, and gallons. The uses several attributes to describe objects, classify objects and count numbers in each category, count, model, and write numbers from 0 to 120, identify and describe shapes, describe shapes using position words, name shapes regardless of orientation, identify flat, two-dimensional, and solid shapes, three-dimensional. In math, they will also analyze, compare, create, and compose shapes, compare two-dimensional and three-dimensional shapes describing attributes, sides, edges, vertices, model shapes in the world, compose simple shapes from larger shapes, understand addition, understand subtraction, represent addition using objects, 10 blocks, counters, etc., solve basic word problems, decompose numbers less than or equal to 120. They will identify two numbers needed to make a set of 10, fluently add and subtract within 20. In technology, they will also use computer website Freckles and Prodigy. First grade students learn multiple concepts in science through the exploration of 7 units. Unit 1, School Startup. Unit 2, Properties of Matter. Unit 3, Motion of Objects. In continuation, there is Unit 4, Earth in Space and Time. Unit 5, Earth Structures. Unit 6, Organization and Development of Living Organisms. Unit 7, Practice of Science. CHAMPS is a classroom management program used school-wide at Sand Hill Elementary that aims to improve student behavior plus strengthen learner engagement through a strategic system of clearly defined expectations. CHAMPS is an acronym that reflects the types of expectations used by the teacher to clarify the activity and transitions occurring in class. The acronyms stand for conversation, help, activity, movement, and participation. We will have teachers assigned to help continue instruction during COVID. You will have the options of recorded lessons, live instruction, weekly packets, or a combination of all.